My parents spoiled my sister rotten, so I let her taste the rotten side of the family legacy. My older sister Vivian was the golden child from the minute she could talk. She had that perfect smile, the teacher's pet attitude, and a way of making everyone feel like they were lucky just to be around her. Every family dinner turned into the Vivian show. If she got a B+, my parents threw a celebration. If I got an A, they'd ask why I didn't tutor Vivian. I learned pretty early that if Vivian wanted something, she got it. And if I wanted something, I should want something else. It got exhausting in ways that just wore me down. At my own 10th birthday, Vivian stole the last piece of cake and everyone laughed like it was the cutest thing. When I made varsity soccer, Vivian decided to join the team, played 3 games, and quit. Mom framed her jersey. I never even got to keep my medal. If Vivian forgot her homework, my parents would drive across town at midnight to drop it off. If I missed a permission slip, I lost screen time for a week. When I brought it up, my mom always said, Vivian is younger, she just needs more support. She was 18 months younger, not 8 years. College applications were when it really turned nasty. I worked like a dog, AP classes, volunteer hours, the whole 9. Vivian copied my essay and sent it to a better school. She got in. My mom said, well, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. That year, I went to community college while Vivian got a car and a dorm room with a view. After college, my parents retired and decided to move south. Suddenly, there was this family legacy house on the table, the one our great-grandparents built. It had a ton of sentimental value, but honestly, it was also a money pit. Roof leaked every spring, plumbing was a disaster, termites had a timeshare in the attic. Vivian decided she needed it. She showed up with Pinterest boards and a spreadsheet of renovations. My mom told me it would mean so much to let Vivian have this one thing. I could barely keep from laughing. This was her 37th one thing. That's when I re-Vivian'd I could finally let her win. I said I'd step aside, told them I wanted to focus on my job, and that the house should go to whoever loved it most. Vivian did her whole gracious winner routine. She hugged me in the kitchen, even got misty-eyed and whispered, "You're doing the right thing." My parents started acting like I'd just donated a kidney. I helped her make a list of easy renovations and shared links for DIY porch repairs and mold solutions. I told her how the neighbors would love having her in charge and how proud mom and dad were. When the paperwork showed up, I made sure her name was the only one on the deed and even offered to file it with her at the courthouse. Vivian lapped it up, bragged about being the family's savior, and I just kept cheering her on. It took about a month for things to start going south. The insurance lapsed the week after she moved in. Turns out the wiring was so old, the whole place was basically a tinderbox, so her rates went through the roof. She found out the town had hit her with back taxes because grandpa had filed the wrong homestead paperwork for years. That perfect farmhouse porch she loved started sagging so bad the mailman left a note. Contractors kept quitting on her. She called my mom crying about all this responsibility. My dad drove down twice to fix a leaky sink and ended up breaking the garbage disposal. Meanwhile, the neighbors who'd adored the Jones family weren't so friendly. The local HOA tried to fine her for every little thing. She complained to me on the phone, expecting sympathy, saying, "You're so lucky you didn't get stuck with this nightmare." I told her I hoped she'd make it feel like home. It got even better when Vivian tried to Airbnb the place to make extra money. The first guest trashed the living room and took off with the TV. The second one called the health department because of mold in the bathroom. I could practically hear her losing it over the phone. She begged our parents to bail her out. They did, of course, but by now even they were getting tired. My mom started complaining about Vivian not being grateful. My dad made a joke about wishing he could take the house back. The real cherry on top was when Vivian tried to sell. The market tanked, and all the repairs she'd made actually dropped the value because she hadn't pulled any permits. She blamed me, said if I'd just helped out, none of this would have happened. She said I'd tricked her. My mom wanted me to be the bigger person and help Vivian clean up the mess. I told them I had my own life, my own apartment, and a job I liked. Maybe it was time Vivian figured things out for herself. The last time I visited, Vivian wouldn't come out of her room. My dad handed me a beer and sat next to me on the porch and just shook his head. The house creaked in the wind, and for the first time in my life, he actually apologized. Not much, but enough. Now I get calls from my mom asking for advice. They never did that before. Vivian still thinks I screwed her over. Maybe I did. I just gave her what she always wanted, and I've never slept better.